Sup guys, Chris, just here to give some secondary thoughts on Bradley Provodnikov 2. The first night I watched it at like midnight on DVR after watching the UFC and just late night and I was getting distracted, so I didn't really get a score it. I didn't score it, I kind of just watched it. So I couldn't really make a call on who I thought won. And I hear a lot of people saying Bradley or Provodnikov got robbed. So I went back and watched it last night and scored it round by round. And ultimately, I had a draw, but that's also debatable. I gave Provodnikov rounds 1 and 2, round 6, and rounds 11 and 12, with the final round 12 being an obvious 10-8. So there you have it, 7-5. 10-8 makes it even on the cards. However, if you gave Provodnikov 10-8 in either round 1 or 2, which you clearly could have, you can make a case for, then I would have Provodnikov winning. Also, I do think that should have been a knockdown in the first round. I just think it was. I could see where Pat Russell, the ref, thought maybe that Provodnikov pushed him down with his arm, but I don't think that was the case. Second, in round 6, I think there should have been a knockdown counter there as well. Provodnikov cracked Bradley, and Bradley sat on the rope. He kind of leaned back and sat on the rope and then kind of bounced off of it. I don't know if the referee could not see it from his perspective, but if that rope wouldn't have been there, I know he got knocked on the ropes a few times, Bradley, but if the rope wouldn't have been there for him to sit on, basically, and spring off, his ass would have been on the ground or outside on the floor. So I think there should have been a knockdown in round 6 as well. Obviously, if that would have been the case, he clearly would have deserved a decision. Sarao Kai Sr. gave Bradley the 11th. I don't see how you do that. I thought Provodnikov clearly won the championship rounds. One final thing. Observation. Man, I don't know what round Bradley was concussed in as he thought, but it is clear. If you go back and watch that fight, particularly rounds 10 and 11 and 12, he is all out of sorts. His legs are all over the place, and he just looks bad. He looks like a guy that's concussed and is really not functioning correctly. Like his brain is not sending signals to his body. He looked in danger those final 2 rounds. People are saying if this would have been a 15-round fight, Provodnikov would have won. He would have won. He might have killed Bradley if this was a 15-round fight. And yet, Provodnikov was getting hit more often throughout the fight. Crazy stuff. Great fight to watch, even on second viewing, just great stuff to watch. You get to see things, that you might not have caught the first time around. At least I did. So, ultimately, I think on second viewing, no less than a draw. I don't think I can give Bradley the win. If anything, I can make a case for Provodnikov, because if you give him a 10-8 in the first or second, then on my scorecard, I had him winning, even though he only won 5 rounds to Bradley's 7. But after seeing that, I hope there is a rematch. I said initially I thought that Bradley would clearly win a rematch by outboxing, but you never know. You really can't tell because he hit Provodnikov with everything he had in his arsenal, and Ruslan still had enough to almost finish him down the stretch. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on if you watched the fight a second time, and if you've scored it any differently, or what your score was? Thoughts on a rematch who you think would win it? And, just any observations if you watched the second time or more. That's it for now. Science and Violence related links as always in the information of the video. Till next time, I'm out.